Hello, welcome to another talk on money, business, and investment. My name is Jose. I'm the founder of the company here, Master Investor and Brand. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to our community. Turn on the notifications so that you know when we go live or upload a valuable video like today that will change your finances forever as long as we apply the information. That's the only way we can turn information into knowledge. And for those who are existing partners and subscribers, welcome back. I appreciate you being here, sharing the content, liking it, and providing value as well, right? So if you have any questions, any feedback, let us know. Check out the links in the description to have access to our digital courses and all the products that we have available in stores so that we can increase our bottom line. It's all about working to build passive income and make money work hard through sound investing. And sometimes we will get capital gains income, but the main focus is here is to build our asset column with assets that our companies control, meaning that you will incorporate company, even if we're starting with affiliate marketing for those who are new to the industry. Sometimes it's easier to start with an affiliate product, meaning that you just go find a product that you're maybe passionate. You don't even have to buy the product. All you have to do is just request the hoop link or the affiliate link, and you just have to send the leads to that sales page, to that link, and it will track all the sales that come in from that link, and then we get a commission if it's a subscription product. And as long as the client pays, we will always have that coming in, and we can get started right away. But we want to run that income with a company. We don't want to pay that to ourselves. We want to run it through a company that will be receiving that income as a passive income, as revenue. And we're going to be able to minimize taxes using the corporate laws and tax code, because those are incentives for wealthy entrepreneurs and inside investors. As long as we do what we are supposed to do according to the laws and the tax code and following the guidelines of creating wealth successfully, right? Having the right mindset, the right context behind what we're doing, because it's not investing or business that is risky. A lot of people say no, they don't want to start a business because they seem to believe that is risky. And to a certain extent, it is somewhat risky, but then the response is, I believe a job is more risky than actually having something that you can depart from it and be able to enjoy your life and still be able to collect that income. Wouldn't that make more sense? And even if you love your job, wouldn't it make sense that if you build something starting right now, because you're learning financial education, you're investing in your asset column, you have investing in as an expense, as like number one expense, because our values are listed number one. The three main values or choices that we have, some people, and I'll tell you majority of people how they have it, but when we're building wealth, we have to have becoming wealthy as number one. And then number two, comfortable. Number three is secure. And majority of people have it, number one, secure. They have a secure employment. And then number two is comfortable. They feel comfortable. And then three, they think about becoming wealthy, which is not enough, because we need to take the time to look at the financial education, get it into our system, shift our entire core values regarding money. If we need to change anything or adjust something that we may have been taught from people around us when we were growing up, and we need to change that mindset and start putting in practice the principles that work in all economies in regards to money and building wealth. Money today is not real money. A lot of people still think that money is real money. That's why they save it. And also they don't have financial education, so they don't know how to invest it. They feel that by saving it in the bank, and some people that have a high paying job, they will invest in the 401k, which those are fake assets. The government created those. I call them fake assets because that's what they are. Unless an asset puts money in our pocket, who cares if it's going up in value at this point in time? When you get the money and you can actually liquidate that and have it, then that's really an asset when it pays you. But if it's not paying you and it's all it's doing is taking money away from the investor, and that is a passive investor because it's giving the money away, it's giving the power away. And here at Master Investor in our community, we know that we're not going to do that. We're going to start small, plant the seed every day, work on ourselves, right, on the 4 pillars of an extraordinary life. What are those? health, wealth, love, and happiness. We talk about it all the time. We need to be focused. And who cares about anybody else's opinions to the extent that we have to accept feedback, whether good or bad? We just have to listen and improve constantly ourselves. The only person that we need to really focus on is ourselves. And that requires our attention, our energy, our focus on building good habits every day, having good patterns, and building the asset column with real assets that our companies control. And if you're surrounding yourself with only employees and self-employed people, then that's what you will ultimately become. So the saying that the 5 people holds our future is very true, in my opinion. It has been like that my entire life. So who are we giving our time to, and how are we going to improve our asset column, our bottom line, which is total freedom? That's what it relates to. When we talk about building wealth here in our community, we're specifically talking about creating total freedom, because we have assets that are producing constantly passive income. And rule number 1 in our community is that we work to build passive income and make money work hard through sound investing. Make sure you have that down, since you're part of our community now. And we have a podcast. We have our other social media platforms that we provide content. So whatever you used to use in daily, just go in there and look for Master Investor. Join our community everywhere and support it, because the brand is for everybody to grow their investor to be a master investor. And master investor has nothing to do with making millions, although the person can use the financial education to make millions, billions, trillions, quadrillions, whatever it is. There's not a limit, and we shouldn't limit ourselves to think, oh my God, that's too much. Don't think it like that, because then you close your mind and you close the opportunities, and then you can't really spot the real treasures that are always in front of us. It tends to be in front of us all the time. So be grateful for where we are, improve our connections, have clean lines of communication, and make sure that we're building assets that we're turning them into brands. So if we're building a company, we decide to have that company, we're going to put our mind to it to build a brand out of it. Because if it's just a company, unless we purposely want to just do that to take us from point A to point B financially, we know that that's a short-term investment vehicle. We're not falling in love with it, and it's just going to provide this service or this product for this long, and we don't expect anything much after this point in time, and we're going to probably let it go at this time. I mean, there are many ways that we can strategize. So be open to just look at the assets, but just know exactly what are you getting into, and measure your return on investment with facts. We talk about it, right? Instead of opinions. Yes, when we talk to brokers, if we're getting the real estate performance or tax returns, etc., and then we get the brochure with it, and the brochure is usually an advertisement, right, from the broker saying this is a great deal, you should just buy it. And even though some of the deals are bad, they still tell you it's a good deal, that the market's going to go up, and so we need to really do due diligence. And the most important words that we can have in business are cash flow. The second most important words are due diligence. So once we start focusing on measuring our return on investment with facts, meaning with passive income or cash flow, positive cash flow, right? We need to measure it. It could have negative cash flow. That's what we're going to measure it with. We're going to figure out how much is the cash flow. Is it positive after all expenses are paid? And now we need to deduct if we're bringing any loans with that to that deal, meaning that we're raising the capital. Now we need to say, okay, that's the bottom line right now of that asset after all expenses are paid. But that's not yet our bottom line, because now we need to take into consideration the loan that we have to acquire that asset. So we need to take the mortgage, the payment, and minus that to the total bottom line of the asset that it currently has right now, right? And so we need to look at the financial statement of the asset, of the commercial real estate property in this instance. And if it's a business, the same thing, because every business, investment, and person has a financial statement that tells the real story. So we need to measure it with facts. What is happening right now? Who cares if the guy or the broker is telling us, oh, it's going to go up in value? Yeah, okay, thank you for the information. We know that the market goes up and down, so eventually it will probably go up. In 30 years, it's probably going to be up, or, but it's going to go up and down. And we're not here to really invest for the short term when we're talking about real estate. We want to have real estate that produces passive income for the long term. We want to control that cash cow that pays the debt back. Whatever loan we have, we got to pay it back with the revenue that is creating that asset. And of course, all expenses, maintenance, taxes comes out of that revenue. And after all of that is paid, what is our bottom line? And that is our positive cash flow. And we want to keep doing that, repeat that cycle, get another asset, use that as collateral to get another hotel, right? And continue to do that. That's how we beat the game of money in real life, is buying and acquiring assets that produce cash flow. And it requires time. It's not just like, oh, it's super easy, but it's simpler than has ever been getting wealthy. I mean, because of technology. And I think we can all agree with that, because we can talk to each other like instantly. We can sell worldwide like we're doing right now. Once this video is up, this is a digital asset for our company, because not only has a powerful message behind, we make sure that it does every time, because our mission is to elevate the financial well-being of humanity through high-quality financial education made simple. We look for opportunities to build passive income and true wealth. So understanding the new rules of money is important. A lot of people, they don't want to shift that, and they have the wrong context. So even they have the content in front of them that will make them wealthy and get out of their bad situation financially, and maybe save their marriage or save their home, etc. They can't do it because their context, they're unwilling to change the context. They're focusing on the content. And so if you don't have the right context, then the content will not match that context of the wealthy. So we need to match it with the wealthy before you have the content. And a lot of people are not used to hearing the new rules of money, because majority of people live with the people that live in the left side of the cash flow circle, employees and self-employed people. And there's nothing wrong with that, okay? Because it's just part of the whole money cycle. Either you're a business owner, you're an employee, you can be all of them. You can be everybody in that, the four players of the cash flow. You can, at the same time, you can be an employee, you can be self-employed, you can have a real successful business that is bringing, it doesn't have to be a big business, but maybe it's just a website with a product and it's on autopilot, and all you do is just collecting and print on demand. So it's just a product is going viral, you're not doing anything. So that's a business, it's a system of systems. So you can do that and then have investments that are producing you positive cash flow. That means that you're an inside investor as well. So you can be all of them at the same time. But where do you really want to focus? You just understand that on the right side of the cash flow circle, that's where we build true wealth, and it's where financial freedom is found. So, I mean, the real financial freedom, and because people on the left side of the cash flow circle, you could be a doctor, an attorney, but if you have to show up every day to see your clients and you can't depart from that job and you can't scale it and expand it, then there's something wrong. You're not creating it you're doing it just for yourself, basically, and for the clients that you have. In order for you to make more money, you either need to increase your prices, which that's probably what ultimately people do on the self-employed side, on the left side, right? As they grow their experience, they start charging more per hour. So they're still selling time for money, and they have to be there. And if that's what they love and that's their passion, great. But I still encourage everyone to create wealth and play the game of money and start investing, because we just have to be right one time. And once we capture that one opportunity successfully, then it will change our entire lives. It's the American dream, mediocrity with rewards, right? We have to fail in a way, our way to success. And there's nothing wrong with attempting to do things. People nowadays, because of technology at the same time, are making people embarrassed or afraid of other opinions, because now we have opinions coming from anywhere. And on the internet, people can say stuff that other people, I just saw that thing on the screen, like a thing here on this side, something flew in there. Maybe an angel, I think it is. I will look it up again, but anyway, it's like a white butterfly or something on this corner. If you go back to the video, you'll probably see it. Yeah, there it is. I don't know, it's probably just I have lights and stuff, but maybe it's whatever. And the important thing is that we focus on building our freedom, right? Our design our lifestyle that we want with assets so that we don't have to work hard unless you want to work hard. But when you want to just leave that work, then you have at least assets that are producing you real passive income. And it doesn't take much. We can monetize our passions today too. So if you have something that you can share with the world, maybe open up a podcast, right? I do a podcast every day on a live stream. We're actually going to be doing a live stream here pretty shortly. We're streaming on all of our platforms as much as possible, like Twitch, Kick, YouTube, and everywhere. And we are providing the good and bad news of money every single day so that we can all empower ourselves to the next level. Our goal here is to really give back to the community and our partners, and everyone here is a true leader, a master investor, and a wealthy entrepreneur. And it's about building the lifestyle that we desire legally and ethically so that we can attract the right relationships, so that we can be where we want to be and be with the environment. Every time there's a level, there's an echelon for everything, right? So what's going to be the next twist that we're going to acquire? Meaning it could be a structure of a sentence from a mentor, which we got access to because we bought a product. Having mentors in life is really key to success. Regardless of how successful we are, I still invest in many mentors. Okay, and I recommend it to all of our partners to do so, right? And you go out there and also look for other mentors. Have us here, Master Investor, as one of your mentors, right? That's what we're doing here. And you can always come back and check. But there are many people out there that are helping others become successful as well. They're teaching great wisdom that we can use to empower ourselves. And it's all about focusing on getting the right group of people that we're listening to and follow the formulas, because they're pretty much laid for us, like right there. And they are mechanical, dulled, and boring in many instances. So we just have to persevere throughout that boring, like if you feel bored, if you feel like it, because it's a formula, so we have to do it. It's like practice. It's like over and over and over again, and eventually we start seeing the results. And it should be fast too, shouldn't take long. So today we can position ourselves on the market like instantly and start getting unlimited leads, and you can get your first sale. And it could be a high ticking item, it could be low ticking item, or a middle ticking item, meaning that the commission could be very high depending on the price of the product. And we can find whatever we want online to promote legally, and we can start making passive income today and capital gains income through sound investing and acquiring businesses that ultimately buy as other businesses. And yesterday we had an amazing live stream as well, which we discussed a great topic, which was, let me see here, I'll tell you right now. Make sure you go watch it. I'll give you the title so that you can type it and just get to it. Okay, so profit is always made by a skilled investor. And then the day before we have ways that crypto differs from stocks, which is more volatile in a way because there's a lack of assets within crypto. There's really nothing backing it. And that's the issue with that, but it's also very rewarding. It can be very rewarding, but we need to learn what crypto is, how is it made, how can we make crypto, and everything about it. And we also released an ebook on that in a digital course. It's called How to Invest in Crypto to Build Wealth, Understanding Bitcoin and Blockchain. And today, crypto, just to cover something very briefly because it's important, is a currency. It's not just an asset or an asset class to invest to get capital gains income. We can actually use crypto to pay each other, pay other businesses, buy things, so we can take advantage of that gain. As before, we had to sell it. Now we can actually use it as the form we use, as the same thing we use money, right? So it's money. It's the new money in town, put it that way. And money is created with debt today. 1971, President Nixon separated the gold standard from the US dollar. From that point forward, money became monopoly money, fiat money, paper money, fake currency, and just an idea backed up by confidence. It is debt. It's created with debt. We checked just the other day about the national debt to prove a point, so people get the thought of inflation out of their mind. We have to use inflation as a tool to become wealthy, the same way with debt, because inflation is attached to debt. You see, the more the government prints money, the higher the inflation goes, because the dollar loses value, the more it's being printed. And today it's being printed, but also it's being printed digitally. So we check that the Federal Reserve banks, they control the amount of circulation that goes into the economy, but they're not the ones that make or print the money, the notes, as they call it. And we checked that, and there was about 135 million right now notes being printed by this other institution, which is in charge of printing these notes. And not counting everything else, but the national debt is 34 trillion plus. It's not going to go down. It's not going to be paid off. And as long as we have conservative or capitalism governments, then we're going to continue to even print more, because that is how we're going to advance faster. It's literally giving us the tools to get the entire world or this country to the next level, because it's almost like a way, like if you have the same way to make money, we can have any money that we need to operate that and get that going off the ground. Money will just find us when we have the good deals. So we need to just make sure that we are actually focusing on our financial education, becoming smarter, reading every day, and every day counts. We have to focus on our health, on working together and building our asset column, sharing what's working, talking about these principles, getting the real information, which that's what we have here inside of our community. We have 3 ebooks, the one that I just gave you with crypto, how to invest to build cash flow with it, how to build cash flow with the internet, turn passive income on, and then the 10 new rules of money. And then we're releasing the 4th ebook, how to raise capital to build wealth. And that should be released in the next month or so. So stay tuned. We have a lot more coming. We have other products and services. So if you like to go check out our website, find the link somewhere in the description, like I mentioned earlier, and then just go over there. We have a newsletter so that you can get the articles. Maybe you don't have time to go into our live streams, but you probably have time to read an article, and we will send that your way every single day or whenever we publish, which is every day so far. So it's great information. It's a great read. It's going to be refreshing. It's going to give you tools, new perspectives, and the context of the wealthy, which is important. And it's up to us what we want to do with it. You know, that's on your end of the bargain, which I hope that you are action taker and you build something and create your dreams into existence, like bring them in, pull them in, because it's not something that we chase, it's something that we attract because of the people that we're becoming. So focus on who we are. Don't worry about what anybody has to say so much, right? Just take it as feedback, and people over time, they will see, you know, that you were the real one and you stuck with it, etc. People like to see that we are authentic, that we're here, that we're showing up. And I want to appreciate everyone that has supported the channel thus far. We're growing tremendously. We're almost to 500,000 views. We're doing a live stream every day, and we're getting unlimited subscribers and leads every single day from different parts of the entire world. Exactly what we are here to do, to deliver high quality financial education to the entire world so that we can help each other elevate the financial well-being of the entire community here at Master Investor. Giving the power back to the investor, we are active investors, meaning that we are actively investing. We're not giving our money away to anybody to invest for us. We're going to acquire the company ourselves. We're going to be the one calling the shots. We're going to be the one talking to the broker. And we're going to have a team, a CPA, a bookkeeper, etc. We're going to act like the people that we want to become like. And it's not about fake it till you make it. It's about actually aligning ourselves with the strategies and the habits, patterns that those people have. And by acting like them, even before we're already in that position, we are aligning ourselves. So when that opportunity does show up, we are prepared. We don't want to be unprepared when the opportunity shows up. So Make sure that we stay focused on building that asset column. I cannot stress enough how important it is. And make sure that you check out that article that we did yesterday in the live stream called Profit is Always Made by a Skilled Investor. Turning a bad investor into a great investor requires financial intelligence. Some of the things that we talked about, I'll give you a little summary. The secret to a successful investing strategy is to keep in mind that there is no right or incorrect response. Make sure we comprehend both long and short positions before making an investment. Being able to simultaneously hold two options being able to simultaneously hold two opposing views is a sign of sound investment approach. In other words, we need to be able to stand on the edge of things when we're doing our due diligence. That's what we attempt to convey here, right? So there's always two sides of the coin, right? And there's that edge. And true wisdom is sitting on that edge and looking at both sides. And that's where we always win. And as long as we stick with the truth and we have the facts down and we're making decisions based on that, then we can actually get what we want out of life because we are acting properly. We have business integrity. We're solving problems in the world. We are helping other people's lives become better. Therefore, our lives become better automatically. So we need to focus on helping the world become a better place. That's how we become truly wealthy, is by serving the world. What type of products, services, and organizations we want to bring forth to the world. Not for us, but for the world, for other people, so that they can improve their lifestyle. Maybe there are problems that we're passionate about solving, and we all have a certain passion or a niche or something that we like, an affinity to something. And figure out, is it making money right now for other people? How much? There are many ways we can research that. So do our due diligence. We are the active investors. We're not giving the money away to anybody. So we need to do these things. We need to get on a call with a broker, go to a website, LoopNet, start getting your contacts moving, because those brokers get in front of deals before they even go into the market, and we want them to send it to us so that we can have the opportunity to raise the capital with our network. And the only way we can attach those people to our lines is if we make a phone call and we use our smart devices, or we send an email and we just begin a communication cycle with them that paints a picture of we're acquiring that asset, we're interested in learning more about it. And we learn a lot through all of that process. Even before you're ready to actually acquire it. Maybe you don't even know how to do the entire process. But just by asking, just by taking the first step is essential. So we don't have to be great to get started, but we need to get started to become great at anything. And I say, 18 minutes per day on anything that we want to do, we will become at the top 1% in the entire world of that specific activity. So what type of activities are we opting in every single day? And if you have those activities down on your notes or on your phone, I hope that we're having a schedule every day filled in with all activities that we need to do that will get us closer to our goals. And some of those activities might need to be adjusted, upgraded. Would you need to maybe reflect on what is that you want to do? Do you truly want to go to college? Is that something that your parents want you to do? A lot of times our parents is that they tell us their dreams to us, and maybe they're doing it with love, and of course, but at least I didn't have that issue, but majority of people are experience that. They get forced into a lifestyle and a career that it doesn't work anymore. Maybe in the past it used to work, but unless you truly love it and it's something that is coming from within, and then you get that support team, yeah. But if it's something that is not coming within, and then you get that support team pushing you towards that because that's the best thing that they think is for you. However, if there's something else there, follow that and then learn how to monetize it. Today we have systems. Just remember, doing sales via systems is marketing. And that's exactly what we are mastering here too, to do smart marketing, to have targeted traffic coming into the offers, to the sales pages, to our websites. Because today we have the ability to tell the platforms that we're using for marketing and say, okay, we want this type of person. She or he likes this types of music, likes this type of clothes, likes this types of commercials, have purchased this type of items on the internet before. And literally, all of these data points are saved in our social media platforms. So these marketing tools within the social media platforms can pinpoint exactly who are these people that we're looking for around the world, and says, okay, this is the demographic. You're going to get 100,000 leads or 100,000 views, and then out of those 100,000 views, you're expected to get 10,000 leads, depending on how much we're going into that marketing investment, right, for the company to bring in unlimited sales and unlimited leads every single day. So we need to position our capture pages and landing pages to create a flow of leads into our database too. We can't just send all the database to the affiliate partners directly. So inside of our community, we help all of us or those who want to start building passive income online to have a capture page that gets exposed once the lead that is interested in the product from our affiliate partner sees it, the advertisement. Once he clicks it or she clicks it, it opens up our landing page. And that landing page is also known as a capture page or a squeeze page. And it's a simple website that collects an email name in exchange of something of value. They want the product, we're going to give them a case study, maybe a testimonial. We will send them directly right after they give us their name. We can also send them directly to the sales page without the capture page, but we lose the contact. We want to capture that contact because since that contact is a high lead and is looking for the solution, and once that individual purchases, then we can build more rapport. Even if the individual doesn't purchase, we continue to build rapport with that individual because we have their email, and eventually they will purchase. And sometimes they purchase right there and there, as long as the lead is the right person who is willing to pay for that product because they have that problem, they have admitted even before they met us, they're already looking for that product. And there are people right now on the internet doing that, because two types of people are on the internet right now. Every time we are online, there are two types of people, and we can check ourselves. We're looking for information, right? Sometimes we're either one or maybe both on the same day. And then the other one is we're buying a product. We're buying a solution. And usually the questions that we have is towards the solution that we need. And everything is rising with AI today, but we have always for a long time had Google, and Google is like AI. Really, we could ask anything to Google, and it's a whole library of information because we live in the information age, and today information is king. Knowledge is money, but knowledge can only come from the information that we get and then applying that information in our lives. If we don't apply, then it's not knowledge. We cannot call that knowledge at all. Knowledge only comes from the experience that we have from that information that we got. So that's why I said earlier, we have to make sure that we're taking action. Whatever we're reading, whatever we put in our minds, whatever we're doing, it has to have meaning behind it. What is our why? What do we want to accomplish in life? What is the things that we want to build in our life to become wealthy and start building our relationships that we want in our lives? Not everybody meant to have our energy, and not everybody's willing to have it, right? And they will have a bad reaction towards it because they're not aligned to our frequency. So we need to protect our energy. We need to nurture it. I call it going out there and having a bath, forest bath. And it's just going out for a walk, or even just at home, sitting and